It's another edition of Sandusky Speedway Facebook Live.
Hello to all the fans there at Sandusky Speedway. This is President Trump.
It's the weekly recap of all of last week's action and all the news that you, the fans, need to know. And now for your hosts, here are Doug Dock and the Colonel, Chris Mize.
And that Chris Mize, he's such a good statesman. Just a great, great man of the people.
Take it away, guys.
You know, I wonder if Biden likes racing as much as Trump.
Don't worry. He'd forget about being there.
I was going to call and see if he'd do a track course, but I don't think
I can see him at the High Miler. Well, here I am at the Kentucky Derby.
Right, looking around.
Wait. Miss Harris.
Get these cars off the track for the horses.
Yeah, Miss Harris, where are we? What am I supposed to say?
Right.
All right, everybody. Like always, I do want to thank our veterans and, all you've done for us and our military serving overseas and in the homeland, protecting our freedoms. Our first responders, police, fire, EMS, doctors, nurses. We want to thank you guys in these times. Doug, real quick, first want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Christmas Friday. Y'all say a prayer when you go to bed tonight because there's a lot of military people protecting our freedoms that aren't going to be even in the United States. And they're out there protecting everything we got. They're going to wake up in who knows where with, bullets, I'm sure, flying over their head Christmas Day. And their Christmas dinner is going to be, what are them little things, Doug? Rations?
Yeah.
In a pack. And
they're with turkey in it.
Is it? Yeah. And their family is going to be the guy that they're partnered up with serving. So, I mean, stop and think about that for a minute. The only reason we're going to be doing what we're doing Thursday night and Friday is because the guys at the beginning of this said, I thank the veterans and our military serving us. So, you see somebody in uniform or you see somebody walking around with veterans hat and know they're veterans, thank them because you wouldn't be doing what you're doing without them. So that's that.
And that is a wrap. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Without them, there wouldn't be almost 100 fact checkers on my page, probably, huh, Doug?
Now I said don't bring that up till the end.
I can. You riled me up a little, so I had to, bring it up. Everybody, so you know, I figure it out and I put it back up on my page. But you can go into your Facebook, especially if you get a little political, like Doug does, and I get drug in on it.
Right.
And you can see you'll have so many fact checkers checking out every page, everything you say and everything you do. You go in and delete them out. I think when I was deleting once, twice a week there, I was up to 50 times, 60 fact checkers deleting out. And we'll see if I get kicked off here tonight real quick. They're fact checking me.
And Facebook, that was just Chris Mize. It has nothing to do with anything going on here tonight.
I'm just an average guy, real nice guy, Doug. I never get wound up. I couldn't understand why they would try to fact check me.
Right.
They're going to check me, but it ain't with the right letter there, but it ain't fact checking.
Right.
Well, less than 2 weeks, we'll be doing a hangover.
And I believe I figured that out. I think it's 41 or 42, and I'm not sure which one it is.
I thought we were at 42.
Okay, let's roll with that one. It depends, and the only person that knows the answer to this is Stevie. If they missed a year in there, then it's 41. It's 42 because this will be 43rd or 44th high miler.
Now, remember, a couple years ago, we didn't miss it. We had 20 degree,
Right.
Below zero wind chill factors. And we made the decision at that time when it was coming in on us. We knew we're kind of in a polar vortex. We knew that January 1st is going to be terrible with wind chills down below 20 below. And so we postponed it to the next week. And what happens? The next week it was down 10, 20 below.
Right.
So
and we just postponed it that year. We didn't cancel it.
Yeah, we ran it like the third weekend.
And this year, hey, if anything happens, we'll run it in July if we have
to. Hangover in July.
Right. Christmas in July.
You guys bring your snowballs.
Oh, boy. You know what? That would feel really good in July.
Yeah.
Gates open at 9. Main
Hot
gate
laps
open
at 11.
Hot laps at 11. Racing at 1.
I'm surprised I remembered that.
Me too.
They asked me the other night on Hammer Down.
Doug?
Doug?
$12 to get in. Kids are $5, I believe.
I remember we got 2 things going this year. We got Hangover 1 and a Hangover 2. We got the Hangover and Hangover 2. What you guys need to remember is we cross-promoted this with Millstream Speedway. Thought it was a great idea. Scott Warner took over as promoter of Millstream back in June, and now he's just allowed to open. Just now, actually, for this race is his opening day, but it's 2 separate shows. 2 separate places, putting on 2 separate shows. We're just cross promoting a Hangover and a Hangover 2.
Right.
So
we're not having a 2-day show.
No, we are not having it. There's a 2-day show with 2 separate shows, 2 different places,
right.
2 different. At Sandusky Speedway, like always, on January 1st, and at Millstream Speedway over in Findlay on January 2nd.
And there's one other difference.
One's dirt and one's asphalt.
Oh, there you go. Yep. We'll be the asphalt one.
We'll play asphalt this week.
All right. And then Millstream will be the dirt. Okay.
Oh,
and I'm going to Millstream. I'm going to watch some good racing.
Yes, you are. I'm going to be there myself and watching. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I'm going to be a fan. I'm gonna be a fan.
If I see you, I'll say hi.
I'm gonna be a fan. Scott, screaming when he walks by. What the hell are you doing? Get the show going.
Right.
It's cold. It's cold out here.
Right. Man, what's that race director doing up there?
Yeah, what? Keith Beeching. What are you doing up there, Keith? I'm gonna message him like I get.
Glasses.
Oh, I love it when you're in the middle of a race and someone stands messaging you. Ding. Hey, you're out of hot dogs. Hold on. Yellow, red, throw to red. What's wrong? I'm going to get hot dogs.
And the only reason we should mention why we're mentioning that.
Go ahead.
So it was high miler, about 3 or 4 years ago?
It was longer than that. It was I think 2012 maybe.
Okay, so we have a I think it was yellow, might have been red on the track, and I think it was Friday. It was Friday night, and in the middle of all this commotion that was going on, this
concession person,
some person says, hey, we need pickles in the outside concession, and nobody is paying attention to that, and she keeps saying it every time Chris goes to say something. She's wanting her pickles.
Yeah, we gotta have pickles back here.
So we're going through the pits on Saturday late morning, and he sees her and he hits the brakes, and I back up and he looks, hey, Listen, if you need pickles or something, you go to a different channel and ask for your pickles. And especially if we're on the track and we're red or yellow, I don't want to hear nothing about pickles. And I don't know, we probably drove about 3 feet, and she gets back on the radio and asks for ketchup or something.
Yeah. Can I have some ketchup? And I'm like, stop the.
What didn't you understand? Go to a different channel.
I just pulled away before. Yeah,
Work got ugly, and she quit. And
yeah,
we wouldn't have hot dogs.
Yeah, we wouldn't have pickles.
We're pickles. No,
hey, we got a guest on here tonight. Is he made it that way, or is he in the room? Is he in the back room?
He's in the green room. Yes,
he's in the. That's David Letterman, isn't it? Green room.
Yeah.
All right. Well, AJ McCall. Before he comes on,
we want to talk about him. So he can't dispute anything because they can't hear him.
You know, one of the worst awards you can get at Sandusky Speedway is a hard luck award. And I can tell you what, him and James McKay, I don't know if they had a race for that award or what the hell they were doing, but I mean, they gave each other a hell of a run for their money. You know, James blows like 6 motors this year, and you know, AJ, the poor guy, he didn't finish very many races. Always had bad luck. Was always something wrong, and you know, we decided to have him on, talk about this past season and talk about the future next year, because I think they're going into a 2-car team next year. And you know what his plans are. But I tell you what, here's a dude that, you know, between him and McKay, you'd watch him, something would happen. Almost guaranteed one of them two would have something. James McKay, I tell you what, I never see a guy knock a back bumper off his car. How do you do the back bumper? Every race, it seemed like the back bumper would be hanging. I don't know. You know, I joke with him about it, but these two guys, and they never gave up, Doug. They're there every week, every week, come back and
helped everybody else in the pits.
Yeah, I mean, you know, AJ's car would screw up, something would happen, and he'd be over helping everybody else, and James too. And we decided that we thought it'd be a little different if we brought somebody on and you know, went over this.
We're trying to be nice.
Well, the thing of it is, we always bring people on, you know, not always, but you know, that this is gonna sound bad, and I don't mean this, AJ. You can hear me. Yeah, that, you know, has been up towards the front or run, you know, good.
So we're gonna bring on somebody that sucks.
I wouldn't say sucked. I'd say his luck sucked. How's that? There he is.
Yeah.
Hey guys, how's it going?
AJ McCall.
You can act. Doug? You can loosen up, man. We didn't mean to offend you. Looking at me, comes on all serious. How you doing, Doug?
Yeah.
How's it going, Doug?
So I heard you guys talking about me.
He looks like he's in the Taliban with that beard.
Yes, sir.
AJ, where is your camel? AJ, you had a bad year. You had a bad year. We know it. You know it. Yeah, I will say you and James are actually, you know, especially you, the year you had, I wouldn't, if it was my car, and my luck, I wouldn't have the humor that you've had. And I mean that, you know, because we're talking in a chat room there, and you were joking around about it, the DNFs and this and that. How many, I hate to bring this up, how many times did you have issues in the 16 races that we were on?
Well, I guess we'll start off by saying the 16 races that I actually ran, I think I finished 3 full nights.
3?
I think it was 3 or 4. So it was definitely a rough first year.
I don't know. What's wrong with his audio, Doug?
I don't know. Bring it up a little bit closer.
A little closer.
Is that any better?
Yeah, it'll work. We can hear you. You sound like you'll be all right. R2D2. That's your new nickname. So, you've had everything from engine problems to getting in a couple wrecks to gremlins. And I call them gremlins. You had every gremlin in that car that you could possibly have this year. How did you keep, and then we watch you. Some of this shit happened right in hot laps. You didn't even, get to qualify. Then we watch and you're out helping every other person. You're helping Neve in the beginner stock, the other big Laney. You're running over to this car, helping everything. I got to know, because I got to practice whatever the hell it is you do. How the hell do you stay so upbeat?
Well, it was definitely rough. When you have all the issues in the car and you go out hoping to have a good day, hoping you fix all the issues from the week before, but then you go out and practice, qualifying, whatever it might have been, and you have an issue. Of course, it came to a point where you had that issue, you've done, just parking it. It's not worth working on all day, every day to try to get it fixed, even though I was there every Saturday but one. But it was just for the love of the sport and helping everybody else out, knowing that I couldn't be out there, whether it be taking parts off my car to help out in the Castro or whatever it might have been, always to get the extra car out there, whether I was there or not.
Well, it was kind of funny at the end of the year. He had had a picture of where are we going here, the fan?
Is he leaving?
No, yeah, he's leaving us.
What are you doing?
He's fingering us.
Is your kid helping?
6 feet away. Quit fingering me. Anyways, he's trying to fix
support right now.
He's trying to fix his the voice, but AJ, moving forward, you guys will be back. Is he there? Coming?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Chris.
AJ, hit the leave button and come back in and sign in.
911.
There he goes.
That's better.
It's the same. We'll get through. We'll get through it. Moving forward to 2021. You know what? I got to go back here before I was watching your fan. You put a picture up of that car leaving for the junkyard. Wasn't it leaving for the junkyard, scrapyard?
I took the engine and trains.
I had to laugh.
Yeah, when we had our last race, I loaded it up on the trailer after I took the engine and trains out and went right to the scrapyard. Didn't take anything else out of it. That was it.
You got rid of the gremlins.
I did. Never again will I buy somebody else's car.
Yeah, we'll go into that. That's another show on Sunday night, Doug.
Yeah.
But moving forward to 2021, I believe you got big plans. I stopped by your garage the other night on the way, down to Canton. There was 2 cars in that garage.
Yeah, there's 2 cars in the garage and 1 on the trailer.
Oh wow.
So what's the plans?
Well, obviously, most people, especially Willie, know that I'm switching from the Beretta, the 6-cylinder, down to a 4-cylinder Cavalier. I've heard a bunch of crap about it, but we'll see how it goes this year. But also, my dad, Andy, got back into it this year.
Cars completed.
Our other garage. And then we are also working on a car for Neve, so she can move up to Renegades this year. So
you went
a busy off season, but
3-car team, and your dad's driving. Andy's making a big appearance back.
Yep, he's driving the car that I drove for Kevin.
Now,
Chris,
you really think we're just...
they're going to kick him off. Are you there, Chris? They're going to end up kicking him off. What about Jaden? Will he be back this season?
Yeah, Jaden will be back. Of course, starting the year, he'll have his soccer and all that kind of stuff going on, so it'll be limited.
but he will be back and making the step up to the Renegades. So
Renegades.
we'll see how he can do with that, starting in the back, getting some seat time, and seeing how well he can do with the adults.
Okay, so then does that make it a 4-car team, or are you just helping on the bays?
We're building it. That was a car that I was building for next year originally until I made the switch to the Cavalier. And they were talking about building her a new car, so I was like, hey, we got this one, let's do it. So we'll be doing that, working on it all year for her, seeing if we can help her out and get her some good finishes.
I'm back.
Thanks for joining us. I told you not to talk about them before we got this over with.
They can kiss my ass, Doug. I'm sick of that, but whatever.
Wow.
AJ, you really didn't think we were just going to bring you on and talk about last year and talk about 21, right?
No, not at all.
Listen, I got to tell everybody out there, the McCall family, McCall Racing, McCall Racing, right? What's the official name? McCall Motorsports?
Sure, that works.
That works. McCall Motorsports. Every time, Doug, that we were looking for, we had a hot dog race, these guys jump in. If we had two mice racing on the front stretch, McCall's would, jump in and donate money. Week after week after week, they were donating and trying to make things better. And we really appreciate that, AJ. We brought it up on here before. Go ahead, Doug. I know you want to say.
No, I'm just going to say the same thing. I'm just going to echo what you said. You guys have supported Sandusky Speedway. You've supported the organizations like the Renegades and even drivers. And it's remarkable. It's actually a really good feeling because, it's something that we haven't had in a long time where not only you, but a lot of drivers and people supporting each other, especially during these times. It was great to see.
Yeah, Brad Merritt and James with R&R, they were up there too, but it was almost kind of funny because Andy would jump in. I'll give $50, and then AJ, I'll give 50, and it was almost like father and son. But well, I'll show you, but
right,
now. We really appreciated that whole Renegade Series group, Doug, Renegade Stock Series, just donation after donation,
right.
and it didn't stop. We were waiting for it to stop, so it's got us, all through the whole season, and AJ didn't stop last week either, did it? We're not going to name names or anything like that. We're what we'll tell you is. And it wasn't me. What we'll tell you is there was a person that I got in discussion with that didn't ask for help, didn't bring something up for help, nothing like that. I got a hold of AJ, who in turn got a hold of the Renegade Stock Series. What it come down to is COVID took their toll on this family, and the guy hadn't worked in the last month because of quarantines and everything else, and the company he worked for had over 500 employees, so they're not required to pay him for the time off, and what it come down to is the kids weren't going to have Christmas basically for maybe 6 more weeks until the bills were caught up from dad missing and everything. So I talked to AJ. AJ got a hold of the Renegade Stock Series, all the guys in that room. How much was it, AJ?
Well, when you messaged me, I posted it in our Renegade group chat, and within an hour and a half, we had $1,050 raised for that family.
Wow.
I can't. I can't say enough. The whole Renegade Stock Series, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on tonight, AJ. It's just that the giving that this series is give to everybody this year, to what your motorsports team gives to everybody this year. Now, now you have 3 kids that are going to wake up Christmas morning and have presents. And I thought that was just, it had to be said, Doug. You know, me and you talked.
Yeah.
It had to be recognized. And this isn't Sandusky Speedway. You know, this was the Renegade Stock Series, which is a part of Sandusky Speedway. But, I mean, my hat's off to you guys. A class act, and I don't even know what to say. You know, I figure what I say, you know, if we could raise $500-600 for these kids, it'd be great. And next thing, you know, AJ, oh, we're at 700. It was like 15 minutes later. AJ,
Right.
hey, we're at 700, and you know, an hour and a half, 2 hours later, well, we're at 1,050, and I'm like, what? You know, that's good shit.
You messaged me Friday night, and by the end of Friday night, everybody PayPal'd me the money, gave me the cash, whatever it might have been, and I met with them Sunday and gave them the cash, and it was cool to see. You know, some of us are less fortunate and can't do what others can, and you know, us as a Renegade Series stepped up, even though we might have not had the most or this and that, but we stepped up to help a family that was in need, that was there to support us every week. So it's what we could do to help support them.
But the thing of it is, and Doug, I know you're going to say something. This has been going on since the beginning of the year. I mean, not just donations to drivers. If there's, we know there's people that really couldn't afford this summer to come to the race or whatever. We had, you know, Brad Merritt and a few other drivers. I mean, next thing, hey, where do I take this? Take what? Well, I'm buying 3 tickets for this. And you know, a lot of the guys did that. James, I think, did it. I don't know. You've given money for it. You know, this family couldn't afford to come, so we're going to pay their way in tonight. You know, and then it started with the Renegade Rumble. You know, the Renegade Rumble. 800 people. It was 800, wasn't
it? Yeah, it was a little over that.
800 people, over 800 people, at Dollar Night got to come to the Renegade Rumble for free. For free, because the group stepped up and started out, you know, and all I can say, AJ, is you know, I talked to you. I didn't go to the board or nothing. I talked to you because there was a certain reason. I'm not going to say why. No need to say why, you know, but I talked to you, and you got this rounded up. And once again, this Renegade Stock Series, and my hat's off is to you guys. And we really appreciate all McCall Motorsports and every single one of these Renegade guys, you know, R&R, Brad, every single one of them do for not just Sandusky Speedway in general, Doug. You know, in general.
That's true. Yeah, I thank you guys for stepping up.
I talked to James.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I talked to James multiple times Friday night also. You know, that's one of the big things we talk about. Without the fans and without these kids, we would have nobody to race for, and maybe not even have a racetrack. So it's what we can do to keep everybody coming and for allowing us to do what we want to do.
Well, you knew damn well I just didn't want to know about your plans for 21, and which I did want to know. And you know, you had a bitch of a season. I mean, Jesus, I don't know how. And you know what, Doug? Honest God truth, you walk through the pits, these guys, you know, 5-6 times something's happened. A car's on a trailer, and you walk through the pits, and him, his dad, Steve, and all them guys, they're helping other people laugh and having a good time. And I'm like, how? I think, how the?
Yeah.
You know, sooner or later you're gonna have a meltdown. You know what I mean?
Right.
F this track, F this racing, we're going boat or something, you know. But never stopped.
That was one of the biggest things with Jaden, especially with Jaden racing. That was one of the biggest things. You know, he had a great year, and he was almost what kept me going every week, seeing the smile on his face. You know, having him do what he loves. So that was part of the reason why I pushed every week, because he always told me, "It's your car, race it." I said, no, but it's not your car. I'm going to fix mine, and we're going to get back out there one way or another. Whether we had issues, we did. But we were there as a family enjoying what we do. So that's what matters.
I got to ask, because originally that was your car, correct?
Originally, the plan was we were building that car. I was going to run it most likely full time, and Jaden was going to do double duty whenever he wasn't in soccer. But the time came, the car I bought came available, and I talked with Jaden. He loved it. So I was like, listen, we're buying this. I'm buying this car, and you're running whenever you're available to, and it's your car now. And obviously, he went out and killed it all year.
I got to ask, is there some nights you went to bed and you're laying there in bed Saturday night late, eyes wide open, staring at him? What the F was I thinking giving that car? I should have given the other car.
Yeah, it was, but it also taught me to overcome and adapt and enjoy make the most out of whatever you had. So hopefully this year will be a lot better.
Whatever you guys drink over at that team, whatever it is you're drinking, would you share some with me? Doug would appreciate it in the tower.
Yeah, bring some up to the tower.
AJ, we appreciate you being on, dude. Your whole family is a great family. The whole Renegade series is a great series, but we appreciate you. Renegade Stocks series and almost got and you guys, AJ. We appreciate you making our families Christmas a hell of a lot better instead of what it could have been.
Yep. It's the least we
Can
can
you hear
do
me?
to help somebody out.
Yeah, you're almost sounding like Robo now.
Who, me?
Yeah.
They're gonna kick me off. AJ, thanks a lot, AJ.
Yep. Thank you, Chris. Have a good night, guys.
All right. Take care. All right.
Now, if we were talking to him in the garage, he'd be all loosened up. I see his dad popping up in the comments. What was he picking on him?
A lot. Yeah. Good family there. he was going to donate. Oh, there goes Chris now. Here he comes back in. But we got $20 towards a new mic for AJ. And hopefully Chris will come back here. Oh, there we go. All talk, no go. All right, so here he comes back in. Boy, oh boy.
Two.
I told you, don't talk.
I will say nothing more about them.
Thank you.
So moving forward, Doug.
Your internet has the Rona.
I ain't even on the internet. I'll wait till the end of the show before I say what I want to say. Anyways, moving forward.
Will Patterson want to let you know that he's watching poolside.
Yeah, poolside. I can't say what I want to say, Will, or I'll get reported and get booted off.
Chris is poolside too, but his is outside.
Yeah, I think I got somebody reporting me, and then I get kicked off.
No doubt.
That's Sunday night show.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, great bunch. Doug, I can't say enough about that Renegade Stocks. I think I called you and I said, hey man, and then I called you back. Jesus, we're up $700. They're $700 again.
Yeah.
And, when I called you back and told you the final number, you were kind of shocked. I know I was. And
yeah.
I called AJ up. I hate to give my weakness out, okay, Doug? It's a bunch of racers watching, but I got a real soft spot for kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I even think I told you, man, listen, it tears my heart apart if a kid wakes up present on Christmas, and I never expected that. And I thought it needed to be recognized. Even though I told AJ, hey, let's just keep this under. Yeah, but it's something like it's got to be recognized.
Yeah, and we're not putting the family out there or anything like that. It's just the fact that the group, how much a group can pull together and be so supportive, and it's happened all year.
And that's what's made us strong this year. It's Sandusky Speedway. I mean, it's made us strong, and it isn't just the Renegade group, the Modifieds. We're given the pure stock guys. We're given, and all across the board.
Yeah.
And but it is what it is. I thank you guys, and it'd bring a tear to my eye, but I'm not going to do that on Facebook Live. It showed the softer side of me.
Right.
So before we move on, here's an update on Bev. Doug, I believe you got the updates, how we're putting it out there.
Do I? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I think Kevin and you were talking,
Yeah.
and I was.
Yeah. Basically, Bev's stable is about what we can say right now. Of course, it's medication that's causing that, or creating that stable environment for her. With the medication, at least she doesn't have the pain. And, it's affected, she had a really bad episode last night, and, there was what the kids, Kevy was there,
Pam's home.
her daughter's home, and it can tear a family apart watching somebody as strong as Bev has been, and to see her at this point is just beyond any kind of words. Defies any description.
And I talked to Kevin this morning, Doug, and Kevin's dealing with this every day, and his thing was, it happened in front of the kids, and to see the kids brought Kevin to his knees pretty much. I mean, that, but she did have a bad episode, like Doug said. Today she's stabled out. Hospice was there last night and back today, and like Doug said, right now she's stable. They're trying to contain the pain, but I'll say it at the end of the show, like I have been for months now. When you all go to bed tonight, please say a prayer for the Jaycox family. It's one thing when kids don't have presents under a tree that tugs at my heartstring, but to go through this time through the holidays with what the family's going through is terrible.
Yeah, and just kind of, we just ask that if you've got anything that you want to get to Kevin, to go through one of us. Kevin has a job that's 24/7, so phone rings 24/7. He's on a computer 24/7 pretty much. I used to have that job, and I'm so thankful I don't have that job anymore. And also dealing with the track and putting the schedule together and dealing with issues from that perspective, and then the graphic shop on top of that. There's a huge amount of responsibility, and then to take care of your wife pretty much 24/7.
24/7, and so we'd appreciate it. We know Kevin's receiving the texts of prayers and get well wishes, and he really appreciates that. He don't mind that, but anything business wise with the graphic store, the racetrack, if you would, hit me or Doug up, or hit us up on Sandusky Speedway Facebook message,
Right.
or my message, or whatever, and we'll get it to Kevin. It's just that I know, and Doug knows which times to get it to Kevin when
Right.
we're going to have a few minutes to discuss things. He is working on a schedule. I know that'll be one of the questions if it isn't already come up. We got all our big shows out on SanduskySpeedway.com. Them are the big shows we're running. Our weekly schedule, he's working on that. Just give us another week or two. We got to get through some things. We got to get through the hangover, and we'll get that out right after the hangover.
And then we did get the price on the pit pads, correct?
$75 a pad. So if you want to run a pit pad, get a hold of track office, Chris. You're watching because I see you posting. You're gonna have to.
You know what? Let me just design the form, put it online. Then all you got to do is fill out that form, and I don't know how we'll figure out the exact spots. You can kind of just put it in the comments where you want, and then you just send that with the credit card number, and just like we do everything else, and then we don't have to worry about that. And again, on like banquet stuff, he's not running a lot of that stuff through yet because of COVID and you know what's going to happen after this year. And listening to Biden today, Lord knows, he said he's going to make a mandatory mask. I forget what word he used, like regulation. It's almost like a law.
Yeah, for how long?
We'll talk about that on Sunday.
Tune in Sunday at 7:00. The C&D No Bull show.
Right.
And I'll get kicked off probably 4 times.
Right. But hopefully Bev's able to stay comfortable and not have the pain. But it's a challenge.
Yeah, it is. And like I say, it isn't that Kevin doesn't want to take your calls. It's just that now's not a good time. We know when the times are that we can talk to Kevin. We will get your questions or whatever concerns to Kevin, and we'll get you an answer back. I think I've been pretty good at that, in the last couple of weeks, Doug. And if there's any questions with the graphics store, Chris doing a hell of a job. He's got his hands full there. You get a hold of me for that too, and I'll get in touch with Chris. And I've been working with him, Doug, 3-4 weeks now. I've been in there quite a bit and working with Chris. So,
yep.
Other than that, let's move on.
I'm putting the link for our show in.
Link. Hey, you guys got. I got to bite my tongue on here, and we go to another format that is not associated with Sandusky Speedway, and it's been pretty good shows, I think.
Yeah, and this week, depending on if Chris does his job,
it's in the process. It's in the process.
We'll have a pretty cool guest on.
And
I have not heard back from we'll talk about that later. Anyhow, Merry Christmas from the McCall family to all the drivers and fans.
Listen,
and even race directors.
Is that Andy? Andy went out there to do pace. I don't. He brought the car out. I don't even know what the hell car it was now. What was that? A Dodge. Whatever. Badass car is what it was. So I said to him, hey, because Ed was out there too. I said, here. I give him a radio, and I said, hey, here's the radio. I says, keep this radio on it because I got to have contact with you when you're on the track. Tell you, you got to listen to what's going on. I think he probably started laughing most of the night listening to that radio, hearing me on the radio. And AJ kind of warned him, and he goes, man, wow, he gets,
Yeah.
Now you're going to hear the other side of it this year, Andy.
Right.
You thought I wasn't politically correct on that one. Wait till you hear the other one. But getting Christmas, we're 3 days away from Christmas Day. I know this isn't a lot about racing, what we're talking about, but I feel it needs said. We're under a lot of restrictions. We're under coronavirus attack. It doesn't matter if you believe in it, don't believe in it. I know it's there. I got my opinions on different things with it. Huh?
On Santa Claus? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
So, I spent Saturday and Sunday, Doug, going to different family, leaving presents there because we can't have our normal, get-togethers, because of the contagiousness and the spread. But be thankful. I understand it's a pain in the ass and it sucks, just like Thanksgiving did. Your whole family isn't there. What you normally do year after year, it's going to change. Be thankful that you're all sitting there, healthy, and we'll get through this someday. Someday, but I want to wish everybody, and Doug and Kevin and the J. Cox family, want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a safe Christmas. And Merry Christmas. And then I'll tell you Happy New Year next week.
Yeah, we will be on next week, and we'll button up on the Hangover Race, the 40-something Hangover Race.
42nd. We decided it's 42nd.
Okay.
Watch, there'll be some smart ass. No, it's not. It's a 41. It's 41.
Somebody said that last year. They're saying the wrong one.
Yeah.
So I went back to 2016 when I thought we were correct and went from there. But we'll be on next week to handle all that. And if you have not registered, please register. This is going to make it really, really simple for you. If you don't register, don't ask for no times or anything.
Well, we ain't putting transponders on.
We're not going to use transponders. I think Millstream is, though.
Millstream is.
If you want times, get Millstream.
Well, here's the thing. If you go on Sandusky, if you register for our hangover, you go in and register like you normally do. You go back in. If you're going to race Millstream Speedway the next day, you go back, you go to Sandusky Speedway. There's a second link to it. You can go to Millstream Speedway January 2nd and register in through us. It doesn't cost anything for anybody that's watching, never been, around my race pass, but it makes life a hell of a lot easier up in the tower for Doug. And
go to SanduskySpeedway.com and just look for the Hangover Race, and there'll be a link there. It'll take you to a page that has both registration links on it. Click one, fill it out, go to the other one, fill it out, and you're done. And yes, it'll make it much better.
A lot easier. A lot easier.
Yeah, it'll make life easier on Chris.
Easier on me. Yeah, because Doug won't be looking at me going, you won't be looking at me with your hands in here. These guys aren't registered. Who's that? Chris, who is that? That's what I catch, people. Please register, because I guarantee he's now. Who's the 48 car, Chris? I don't know. Well, neither do I, because guess what? He didn't register.
And then on this particular race, just remember, on this particular race, if you don't, the announcer doesn't know your name either. We'll be up there calling you by numbers. Yeah,
and the 48 car out there, we don't have his name right now because he didn't register. Hey, you guys, you know what?
We did that this year. We had to just go out to the fans. If anybody knows who's driving that car, let us know.
Oh, God busted in. Well, I can't remember what name it was. Mark was saying the name wrong. What the hell name was it that guy busted in? Hey! He's yelling at me. I said, what? And he goes, that's not how you say his name. Go in the other room and tell them.
Right. I forget who that was.
But, it just makes things a lot easier up there, and it'll make it a lot easier over at Millstream. I got an idea, Doug. Me and you have kicked this around. Let's put it out here. I don't know how many people are watching. It don't matter. People watch it after it's recorded later on tonight.
All right.
We've kicked this around so much. We need to contact. How many people out there like to see a reality show? What is it? Not reality. What? I guess it is a reality TV show or real TV or whatever the hell.
True TV. Cool? True TV solicits reality shows, and is you give them the pitch of what you want to do, and then they'll come out and kind of check things out. And if they like it, they'll be with us all season long. On could you imagine the background stories that are going on?
Oh man, oh boy! I hope they got a beep button.
And I was gonna say there'd be so much beeping going on.
Yellow, beep, 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 beep. And if you guys don't line up, beep, 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 beep.
Right. Yellow. I mean, green.
Oh, that would have been the best. That'd have been the best on live TV, huh? Or whatever the hell. Yellow, green. God damn it, Doug. See, they got me so pissed off I can't even say green.
Right.
So, you know what? Put it up there. I just wonder what people out there think, if we should entertain that thought.
And we'll send it over.
So
we'll send it over to them and let them come out and take care of it.
All right, that's a wrap, I guess. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hold on. Is there anything that you wanted for Christmas?
Me?
Like hearing aids or glasses?
Johnny Newman thinks I need glasses. That was good burn on me the other night. I got to admit, I read that again. I was laughing. Doug's putting these little things up. They're microscopic. I can't read the comment. And I said, I can't read it, Doug. Well, you need bifocals. I'm not wearing I ain't got Johnny Newman what's he put up there? Oh, that's funny. He's up in the tower making calls and he can't see.
Right. Kevin J. Cox. Is that his name? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
I got a good story for them. I can only imagine.
Oh,
I can only imagine that.
Yeah, Kevin J. Cox, Doug. He's the one that signs our signatures that we can get our 2 hot dogs for tonight.
He's the guy that does that. He's the one that gives us a food stamp every time we come here.
They get 2 hot dogs, but if they put ketchup on them, you get that quarter.
Sir, we'd like to interview you. We hear that you're the food stamp king.
The food Nazi. Kevin's a food Nazi.
Right.
No hot dog for you. You bad call.
No hot dog for you. Bring your snowballs and all that. Ronnie's looking forward to it. We got hot dogs lined up.
It's flag me, get a free hot dog.
That's how simple it is.
Kevin's going, it ain't free.
You
guys are paying for that. I'm telling you right now.
We're going to go down in our pits. It's going to be short.
He's calling Laura right now. Hey, Laura. Yeah, they come down and said they they get a free hot. You take it out of Doug and Chris.
Every single one.
Every one. Oh, it ain't that bad. We might get 3. But all right, everybody. Merry Christmas. Hope everybody has a safe holiday. Like I said earlier, we talked about it. You hit your pillows tonight. Say a prayer for the J. Cox family and Bev. We've already went through all that. Other than that, God bless America and God bless everybody watching. Thank you.
See you next week.